All right, so we're back for another deep dive, and this time it's FA Cup action, fourth round.
Yeah.
And this one is, well, on paper, it looks like a real David versus Goliath.
Absolutely.
Crystal Palace coming up from the Premier League, heading up north to face League Two's Doncaster Rovers at their home turf.
Should be good.
Should be good.
Yeah.
It should be a cracker, and we're going to be taking a look at each team,
Right.
their key players,
Yeah.
some potential storylines, just to kind of get everyone ready
Get the juices flowing.
for this match. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we start with Crystal Palace.
Sure.
They are, looking pretty strong right now. 4 wins out of their last 5.
Yeah. They've, especially away from home, they've really found their scoring boats.
Yeah.
3 straight 2-0 victories on the road.
Wow.
And haven't conceded a goal away since December 18th. So
That's impressive.
that's the kind of form that makes any team nervous.
Yeah, for sure. And that away form is something I really want to sort of dig into a little bit more.
Right.
Doncaster, despite being, in League Two,
Yeah.
they've been pretty solid defensively at home.
Yeah.
So how do you see that matchup?
Well, I think it's going to be a real, a chess match in a way.
Right.
I think Palace, under Glasner, they love to control possession, build patiently from the back.
Yeah.
And then use their midfielders to kind of, orchestrate and create chances.
Yeah.
Doncaster, on the other hand, tend to sit back, absorb pressure, and look to counterattack.
Okay, so a real clash of styles then.
Yeah, real clash of style. And I think, we saw in their recent 5-2 loss to Chesterfield
Right.
at home that if you can kind of break down that Doncaster defensive structure,
Yeah.
they can be vulnerable.
Right.
And I think Palace have the attacking firepower to do that,
Mm-hmm.
especially with Zaha and Elise in such good form at the moment.
Yeah, but let's not forget about some of the key injuries as well that Palace has right now.
Oh, absolutely. Losing Eze is a huge blow for their creativity in the final third.
Yeah, and Eze and Nketiah is still out, and Klein picked up a knock. I think Richards might be back, but probably not at 100%.
Right.
That's a lot of firepower that could be missing.
Yeah, it gives Doncaster a glimmer of hope. If they can frustrate that Palace attack, force them into mistakes, keep it tight at the back,
Yeah.
they might just have a chance.
They might just have a chance, but obviously we've got to talk about Doncaster's form as well.
Yeah.
And their, remarkable
Third round
win.
Yeah, that penalty shootout victory against Hull after being down 5-3. That was...
Thrilling.
It was absolutely thrilling.
The comeback, really showed the sort of spirit and the resilience that this team has.
The mental strength of that Doncaster side,
Right.
to come back from that.
Yeah.
Really impressive. And I think, their manager, Grant McCann,
Right.
orchestrating that win against his former club,
Uh-huh.
a little bit of a revenge story there.
Okay.
I think he clearly knows how to motivate his players, especially for these big cup matches.
That's really interesting. I hadn't actually thought about that before.
Yeah,
So, he might have something special planned for this one as well.
he might do.
But Doncaster also in good form in the league right now, sitting comfortably in the top 3 with a recent 4-game winning streak.
They are, although I think that Chesterfield loss
Right.
does raise some concerns, conceding 5 goals at home.
Right.
Never a good sign, especially against a team that they're battling with for promotion.
Yeah.
Suggests maybe their defense isn't as solid as we thought.
Okay, so we've got Palace with this, high-flying attack,
Right.
but some key absences.
Yeah.
And we've got Doncaster, who seem to have this incredible spirit and resilience,
Right.
but maybe some defensive questions.
Yeah.
So I guess before we start to look at, potential lineups and tactical matchups and stuff like that,
Yeah.
what about the head-to-head history between these two?
Well, the last time they met was actually in the FA Cup 2018-19 season, 5th round.
Wow.
Palace won that one 2-0.
Okay.
But obviously a lot has changed since then.
Right.
Both teams have different managers, different players.
Mm-hmm.
They're in very different places right now, so.
Yeah. It doesn't tell us too much, but it does tell us that Palace has a history of taking these cup competitions seriously.
They do, and they reached the semifinals relatively recently as well in 2021.
Right.
So they definitely won't be taking Doncaster lightly.
No, for sure.
Yeah.
But, on the other hand, Doncaster might have a bit of a psychological edge here, right?
They might.
They've already pulled off one giant killing
Absolutely.
in this competition.
Mm.
And that belief, especially in front of their home crowd, can be incredibly powerful.
It can be really powerful, and that home crowd is going to be a major factor here. Doncaster Stadium,
Yeah.
known for its passionate atmosphere.
Yeah.
And the fans will be desperate to see their team pull off another upset.
Absolutely. And they might have another, another little weapon in their arsenal.
Right.
With Billy Sharp.
Oh, yeah.
Potentially being back.
The veteran striker, he's been out with an injury, but he's close to returning.
Right.
And his experience and goal-scoring ability could be crucial for Doncaster.
For sure. And let's not forget about Joe Ironside, who's been in good form recently.
Right.
Even scored in that Chesterfield loss.
Yeah.
He could be a real handful.
He could be, yeah.
For Palace's defense.
Absolutely. So, we've got a fascinating tactical battle on our hands.
Mm-hmm.
Both teams.
Strengths.
And weaknesses.
Weaknesses, we've got the added intrigue of a potential upset.
Yeah.
Fueled by Doncaster's recent Cup heroics.
Mm-hmm.
The possible return of Billy Sharp.
Yeah. This is shaping up to be a really good one.
It is shaping up to be a captivating match.
It really is. And it raises the question, can Doncaster disrupt Palace's rhythm? Can they pull off another shock win?
Or will Palace's Premier League quality and that attacking firepower prove to be too much?
It's a great question.
It's a great question. And that's what we'll be exploring in a little bit more detail as we continue this deep dive.
Let's get into it.
So stay tuned. Because we're going to be, getting into the nitty-gritty of this matchup.
The nitty-gritty.
We'll be analyzing potential lineups.
Yes.
The tactical approaches.
Love it.
The key battles.
Let's do it.
That could decide the outcome of this match.
I'm ready.
So stick around.
Okay, so let's dig a little bit deeper, I guess, into, potential tactical approaches for this match.
Okay.
We talked about, Palace under Glasner. They that possession-based style building from the back, trying to control the tempo of the game.
Mm-hmm.
But how effective is that going to be against a Doncaster side who are probably going to sit really deep and defend in numbers?
That's a really good point. It's almost like a chess match, isn't it?
It is.
Palace trying to probe, trying to find those openings, and Doncaster just trying to, stay compact and frustrate them.
Yeah, exactly. And I think, Doncaster will be aiming to force Palace into those wide areas where they can double up on the wingers, limit those crossing opportunities.
Yeah.
They're going to need to be really disciplined defensively. Make sure they don't give away any cheap free kicks around the box.
Right. So it sounds like their strategy really hinges on staying organized and denying Palace space in those dangerous areas.
Yeah.
But what happens when they win the ball back?
Right.
Can they hurt Palace on the counter?
Well, that's where things get a little bit more interesting. I think Doncaster do have some pace in attack, particularly Harrison Biggins and Kyle Hurst.
Right.
If they can transition quickly, from defense to attack, they could catch Palace out. And, if Billy Sharp is fit enough to play, his experience, his positioning in the box could be a real asset on the counter.
Yeah, his presence would definitely add, a different dimension to their attack.
For sure.
I mean, he's a proven goal scorer at this level, and his movement could cause some real problems for Palace's center backs.
Absolutely, but I think Palace also has that tactical flexibility. They've shown that they can adapt to different opponents.
Okay.
If Doncaster sits too deep, Palace might switch to a more direct approach.
Right.
Maybe using long balls to target their striker or utilizing the pace of their fullbacks to get in behind.
So both teams, have options they can adjust.
They do.
Depending on how things are going.
And I think that's what makes this game so fascinating. It's going to be a real, in-game management kind of battle.
Yeah, for sure.
The substitutions, the tactical tweaks, the team talks at halftime, all of that could play a huge role.
Absolutely. And I guess we should talk a little bit about the psychological side of this match as well.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, we talked about Doncaster's confidence after that giant killing against Hull City.
Yeah.
But could there be a danger of Palace being overconfident after their recent run?
It's a danger for any team, I think, coming up against a lower league opponent in a cup competition.
Right.
There's always that potential for complacency.
Yeah.
Underestimating your opponent. But, I suspect Glasner will be drilling it into his players. The importance of staying focused, treating this match with the same intensity as any Premier League game?
You'd hope so. I mean, that's how upsets happen. Because you take your eye
excited.
off the ball for one moment.
One moment. And Doncaster will be ready to pounce on that. They'll be playing with freedom, passion, and that belief that they can pull off another shock result.
You know what it is about this whole match that we're talking about?
Yeah.
Really kind of highlights what's so special about the FA Cup.
Yeah.
It's not just about the big teams. It's about the possibility of the unexpected.
Absolutely.
It's the magic that happens when a team from a lower league gets their chance to shine.
To shine on a bigger stage.
Exactly.
And I think that's what really, attracts so many fans to the FA Cup.
Yeah.
It's that reminder that anything is possible in football.
Yeah.
David can slay Goliath,
Absolutely.
Dreams can come true.
Dreams can come true. And for Doncaster, I mean, reaching the 5th round would be monumental.
Absolutely.
For them. It would mean financial rewards for the club, a boost for the town, bragging rights for the fans.
Absolutely.
I mean, just imagine the atmosphere.
Oh, I know.
At the Keep Moat Stadium.
Electric.
If they manage to pull this off, the noise, the celebrations, the sheer joy.
Oh, it'd be incredible. And, it's a reminder as well of the power of sport, to unite communities, to create those shared moments of joy and passion.
I've been trying to put myself in the shoes of the players,
Yeah.
What does this game mean for them?
Yeah.
For Palace? I mean, it's a chance to, progress in a prestigious competition, potentially win some silverware.
Yeah.
But they've also got the pressure of being the favorites.
Of course.
And avoiding that humiliating upset.
Right. And for Doncaster, it's a chance to write their names in the history books, to become local heroes.
Yeah.
To show the world what they can do.
And all of this happening in front of, that passionate home crowd.
Yeah.
A stadium that's going to be buzzing with anticipation and the weight of FA Cup tradition,
Absolutely. It's a remarkable stage for these players to showcase their talent.
And it's not just about individual talent, is it?
No, it's about teamwork strategy, the collective will to succeed.
Yeah, overcoming adversity, rising to the challenge, leaving it all out there on the pitch.
Absolutely.
People often say that the FA Cup has lost its magic, but I disagree. Games like this prove that the magic is still alive.
It's there.
It's in those underdog stories. The giant killings, the unexpected twists and turns.
Yeah, and I think what's changed is the media landscape.
Right.
We're bombarded with so much football content these days.
Yeah.
It's hard to cut through the noise sometimes and find those genuine moments.
Yeah, but they're there.
They are.
They're there waiting to be discovered.
They are.
And sometimes all it takes is a deep dive.
A deep dive.
A closer look at a matchup like this one.
Exactly.
To remind us of the beauty, the passion, the unpredictable nature of the FA Cup.
It's a great way to put it.
Yeah.
This match between Crystal Palace and Doncaster Rovers, it might not be the headline act of the FA Cup 4th round, but it has all the ingredients to be a captivating encounter.
It really does. And so for you, the listener, as you prepare to watch this match, we really encourage you to go beyond the surface level, to look for those tactical nuances, the individual battles, the moments of magic that often go unnoticed.
Yeah, and most importantly, embrace that unpredictability of the FA Cup.
Yeah.
Allow yourself to be surprised, to be captivated by the underdog story,
to
be reminded that anything is possible in this wonderful competition.
I love that. All right, so as we approach the final whistle of our deep dive into this match,
okay,
we want to leave you with some food for thought. We've talked a lot about, tactics and form and all that.
Yeah.
But what about the human element of this match?
Yeah.
What does this game mean for the players, the managers, the fans?
Yeah, that's a really important point. For Crystal Palace, a good cup run can really build momentum, boost morale.
Yeah.
Maybe even, help attract new players.
Right.
But for Doncaster, this is a chance to make history, put their town on the map, inspire a generation of young footballers.
Yeah. Think about, some young lad watching his local team take on a Premier League giant.
Yeah.
Maybe he's dreaming of playing on that pitch one day.
Yeah.
Scoring the winning goal.
Absolutely.
I mean, this match could be a defining moment for him.
It could.
For the whole community.
Yeah, and for the managers as well. It's a real test of their tactical acumen.
Yeah.
Their ability to motivate their players.
Glasner is building a reputation for himself.
He is.
As a bit of a cup specialist.
Cup specialist, yeah.
A win here would really solidify that.
It would.
While McCann, he's already a bit of a local hero.
Right.
After that whole city victory.
Yeah.
Can he pull off another masterclass?
Yeah. Can he outsmart a Premier League manager?
I mean, that's what makes the FA Cup so unpredictable
It is.
and exciting, right?
It's a stage where reputations can be made or broken.
Yeah.
Underdogs can become legends.
Yeah.
And the impossible can sometimes become reality.
And we get to watch it all unfold.
We did.
You know, the tension, the drama, the moments of brilliance, the heartbreak, the euphoria.
It's all part of the FA Cup experience.
Yeah.
And I think it's an experience that transcends the final score. You know, years from now, people will remember this match.
Yeah.
You know, the stories that emerged, the individual performances, the emotions.
The emotions
Things
that
that-
were stirred.
So as we wrap up this deep dive,
Okay.
we want to leave you with this thought, you know.
Right.
What will your takeaway be?
What will it be
I mean,
from this match?
will it be the tactical battle
Yeah.
between two contrasting styles,
Mhm.
the impact of those key injuries
Yeah.
on Palace's lineup,
Yeah.
or the sheer determination of Doncaster to defy the odds once again?
We've given you the tools to appreciate, you know, the many layers
We have.
of this FA Cup clash.
We have.
So now it's up to you
Yeah.
to decide what resonates most.
Enjoy the match.
Enjoy the match.